You doing all right, Jess? Okay.
Pause the video. I'm gonna ran the camera out 142 feet. It won't go any further, but it went from cast iron to clay and then back to cast iron. So here's back to clay. You can see some fractures in the line. This line's got a lot of fractures in it. That section, heavy roots throughout. We got some kind of root ball, something going on here. Got some more wipes caught up in the roots there. Got something holding water here. It's probably a mixture of root sludge and wipes. It's causing it to hold water there. Some offsets there. Got some heavy roots coming in the left there. A chunk of clay sitting there. Heavy roots there. Heavy roots there. Got a heavy root ball here. Root ball. Well, I'm gonna pause this. Okay, so still you have to locate it. I'm gonna try and come back to the first transition, cast to clay. It may just be too much interference. So here's our transition. I'm gonna pause it. So I still haven't located it. We'll keep pulling back some more. There's a T or Y. Looks like a T. see wipes laying there. I'm trying to locate this spot. Located this spot in a classroom, depth of 3 foot 8 deep. So now I know where it's at. I'm going to make this turn. Go out about 15 foot. Let's see if I'm still in the classroom. So I've located this at a depth of 3 foot 2. In a classroom with blue doors on the right hand side. I didn't see a class number. This is about 3 foot off the window. So this should be outside here. I'm going to pause this and locate this spot outside. I've located this at a depth of 6 foot 2 outside. This building sits a little low. It's right in front of a window air conditioner. I marked the railing and the mulch. So now we know where it's at and how it's shooting out. I'll get a reading at the 142 mark. I'll pause the video. Until this line is jetted and we can see thoroughly, it's going to be hard to give a good quote on a permanent fix. Right here. So I've located this at a depth of 8 foot 5. It's about 20 foot off of the curb. That's about as far as we're going to get the camera. I'm going to get him and the gentleman and see if he wants to approve a quote to get it jetted. Or this right here, so it shows it again. And jetting will push that stuff out to the city, to the curb, to the main. And again, you know, I can't see the bottom of the pipe to know the condition of that one. What I would probably do.
Can you do me a favor? Can you hand me a Swiffer pad?
Sure. Is that this one?
Thank you.
So again, right here, some more wipes. Wow. And that's, you know, literally you can see my camera pushing through there. And then it's closing up behind me as I pull the camera out. So that needs to be broken up and pushed out. You can really see a wipe right here. See it laying right here?
Yeah.
A wipe is your worst enemy for cast iron. And unfortunately, I mean, even if they try their best not to, you know, you can have a kid putting them, you can clearly see those are all wipes there. You know, kids can...
If that's lined, wipes will push through.
Yeah.
Because it's a smooth surface.
Right. Right now, it's almost like cornflakes being stuck in there. You know, when you're gluing cornflakes in there, jagged edges. And then you throw in either baby toilets, which are less than 1.6 gallon, or the new toilets that are 1.6 gallon.
It's not enough.
Right. It's
pressure.
Not, there's not enough pushing because it has to push it the length of this building almost and then out and then out to the curb.
Not that this is a solution, but what if you ran a hose in here and just...
That's what the jetter would do.
Oh, that's what, but
Yeah.
it does it under pressure. Okay.
Yeah, so it's 18 gallons a minute at 2,500 to 3,000 psi.
And that clears out the roots also.
Yeah, so here we would attack it differently because you don't want to use what's called the board hog in the cast iron because it'll break off chunks of the cast iron. Where when you do descale it,
There you go.
yeah, and it's hard to tell what that one is. But when you descale, you use what's called a coat machine. It's a set of chains that go in and descales it and makes it into the size of coffee grounds versus big chunks. If you were to get a second opinion and you went with somebody and they showed up with a jetter to descale it, kick them off the property. You do not want to put a warthog in there or a jetter in there to try and descale it because it literally breaks it up in big, huge chunks. Like what you see there, those are chunks of scale that are just laying there.
That might have been broken up
when they augered it.
with the auger.
Yeah, because that auger's bouncing around in there. And that's all, like there, that's a big chunk of scale. That's all scale right there. So just, that's probably a third of the pipe laying there with scale. And more than likely, once I pull it back here, if there's any toilets on this, is there any toilets on this line? Is there any toilets on this line? Or is the back?
Not on this side, it's all on the back.
So that's helping you not back up right here. And it probably explains why you don't have a lot of heavy scale and stuff here, because more than likely there used to be a sink here and that was it. That's the only reason it's here, unless there's something upstairs. In this
Not
area.
on this side, on this side.
So this must just be a vent stack going up. Is there a laundry? Or that's an old exhaust fan. This used to be a bathroom.
It might have been way back in the day before.
Yeah, I'd say with the measure, if you measure from here to there, it's probably 12 inches. And this used to be a toilet. You can see it's the old supply line there. And then an exhaust fan there. That's the metal frame for the exhaust fan.
Now we're just in the hallway.
Yeah, we're like 20 foot, maybe 15 foot. And so it's not really, and this pipe looks good here. But obviously it's not being used right now.
So everything's coming from these toilets over here.
Okay. Just keep an eye, because we have images and everything else in here.
So now we're coming up into the wall.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to get lunch. I'll be back.
So